Start your day with the team on Tuesday's Good Morning Britain tomorrow from 6. Lorraine's here at 9:30. Join Ben and Kat on the sofa on This Morning here from 10. And that's followed by your lunchtime catch-up with The Loose Woman at 12:30. Now the ITV News in London with Charlene White.
Good evening, you're watching ITV News London. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme. Jail for 3 teenagers who posed for selfies after killing a homeless man. We're in Switzerland as the Hertfordshire teenagers confirmed as one of the victims killed in the ski resort fire. We investigate the 5 months wait for driving tests in the capital. Plus,
let's get one thing clear. I'm running things and you answer to me.
Feel better? If you don't. Jing Lucy, star of Red Eye, will be popping in for a chat about the latest series of the hit show. Good evening. It was an horrific attack that led to the death of a homeless man. Anthony Marks was targeted by a group of teenage drug runners near King's Cross in August 2024. His injuries so severe, he died 5 weeks later. Selfies and a chilling video later emerged, showing the teens laughing and singing after they carried out the assault. Well, today, there was a sentence for the killing, which police say exposed the ruthless brutality of County Lines gangs. Kath Opata's report contains details of the attack, which you may find upsetting. A teenager has been charged with murder after a man was killed in Lewisham on New Year's Eve. John Temitope Onetofu died from a stab wound to the chest. A 17-year-old who can't be named due to his age will appear at Bromley Magistrates Youth Court on Monday. A Met Police constable is on trial, accused of causing grievous bodily harm after a man fell from an outbuilding while being tasered. Today, the court heard how Leonard Sandiford is now confined to a wheelchair after the incident in Woodford Green. PC Liam Newman denies the charges. And London Eye is closed for the next 2 weeks for annual maintenance. The wheel needs safety inspections, servicing to the cabins and mechanical testing. The Kings led tributes to Holocaust survivor Eva Schloss, who's died at the age of 96. Eva, who settled in London after the war, co-founded the Anne Frank Trust and was a tireless campaigner against racism and intolerance. Her death marks the passing of one of the last living voices who witnessed the horrors of the Nazi death camps. Yasmin Bottleby has her story. Now, for those who medically qualify for weight loss jabs, it can be life-changing. But often the medication ends up in the hands of someone that doesn't actually need it. And ITV News investigations found just how easy it is to get your hands on it, even if you're a healthy weight. Our reporter, Cree Summer-Holton, has been looking into this for us and joins us now. And Cree, you've tested the system for yourself. So tell us how exactly this works.
So, Charlene, I'm going to be really careful. And then the other one is still being investigated.
OK, Cree, thanks very much. Well, if you've been affected by any of the issues that we have been discussing with Cree, you can find advice and support at itv.com/London. And actually, you can see more of her report on Evening News. So let's find out a little bit more with Mary.
Coming up on the programme, the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who was seized by the US, is appearing in court accused of narco-terrorism charges. An ITV News investigation reveals how people with a healthy BMI are using AI and photo editing tools to fake their weight and get access to weight loss jabs. And in what should be the first day back, hundreds of schools have had to close as snow brings widespread disruption across the country. And do join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Well, still to come on this programme. Will a new year bring a way to clear the driving test backlog? We find out how bad the wait is in the capital. And
Hannah, I need you. Yes, ma'am.
Let's get one thing clear.
The star of twisty thriller Red Eye will be right here in the studio. But first, 1 in 3 of us is going teetotal this month, apparently. Those taking part in Dry January are being urged to keep supporting their local pub anyway, despite the challenge. But it's easier now than it was, really, because there are so many non-alcoholic options available now. So we sent Helen Keenan to see how Londoners are learning to sober socialise. Next tonight, if it's your New Year's resolution to pass your driving test, it may not be straightforward. The current wait is 5 months, a huge difference from a decade ago when it was just 8 weeks in London. It's mainly due to the backlog post-COVID, but it's not expected to clear anytime soon. Rags Martell has been taking a look. Now, our guest tonight is the lead actor in one of the smash hit thrillers of last year, Red Eye. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, why not? The conspiracy all unfolded on a flight to Beijing. Well, the show's back, and this time it's set on solid ground right here in the capital. Oh, it's very exciting, very exciting. Yes, the wonderful Jing Lucy has joined us in the studio. What's it like watching yourself in action as a leading lady?
So that was like, I felt like...
Great, and you're absolutely brilliant at it, and we absolutely love it. And we can't wait for season 3. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Right, there's definitely been a chill in the air today, but is snow going to come, and is the wintry weather going to continue? There's one lady in the know. Here's Philippa.
Come rain or shine, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello there. It really has been a very cold start to the week out there. A little dust of rain, sleet and snow.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Now, as we settle into a new year, we're leaving the programme by looking back. Throughout 2025, we took a close look at some of the more hidden parts of the capital, from Fitzrovia to Wapping. Sally's uncovered some hidden gems. She's discovered fascinating histories and secrets in places you may never have even known existed. Her Hidden London series has had us all learning more about where we live, and this year we'll be doing more of the same. Here's a flavour of what you'll get in 2026. Well, that's it from us. The evening news is next with Mary, of course. But for now, from all of us here, enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.
Handcuffed and in court, Nicolas Maduro pleads not guilty in New York. The deposed Venezuelan leader was helicoptered into the city alongside his wife to face drugs and weapons charges, which they both deny. A triumphant President Trump suggesting others are also in his sights.
Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
Well, the UN has voiced concerns over whether or not international law was breached by the US action. Here, Keir Starmer has not condemned the operation, but he did speak up in support of Greenland. Also tonight. Faking it for the fat jab. ITV News reveals how average-sized people are using AI tricks to qualify for weight loss drugs. Schools off for thousands as extreme winter weather puts paid to the start of term. And buzz off how Luke Littler didn't let a wasp spoil his big victory.
Try not to get stung.
You could probably take that out with one dart, couldn't you?
If he was on the board, yeah.
This is the ITV Evening News with Mary Nightingale.
Good evening. Venezuela's former leader, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, have tonight appeared before a New York court to face drugs and weapons charges, just days after being seized by US Special Forces in Caracas. It came as the US Secretary General expressed deep concerns over whether international law had been breached by the US military action. Here, the UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer did not condemn the operation, but he did push back against President Trump's desire to annex Greenland. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, from Manhattan, here's our US correspondent, Dan Rivers. OK, Dan Rivers in New York City there, thank you. Well, after the US operation inside Venezuela, President Trump has made a number of threats to other countries in the region. He has repeated his belief that taking over Greenland, a self-governing Danish territory, is necessary for US national security. In Latin America, he said Cuba's communist government looks like it is ready to fall. And as you've just heard, Trump has threatened Colombia's leadership too, saying a similar military operation there sounds good to him. Well, our correspondent Robert Moore is in Cucuta on the Colombian-Venezuelan border tonight. Robert, how has the Maduro appearance in court gone down in Venezuela, where you are? Robert Moore in Cucuta, thank you. Well, Keir Starmer again declined to criticise the US action in Venezuela today, but was much firmer on Greenland, saying its future is up to its own people. Our political correspondent Carl Dinnan spoke to the Prime Minister a little bit earlier today. Carl, Sir Keir is walking a very tricky line, isn't he? Carl Dinnan in the Houses of Parliament, thank you. Next tonight, an ITV News investigation has exposed how easy it is for young people with healthy weights to access prescription-only weight loss jabs. We found some pharmacies are breaking the rules by sending out the injections with just a single picture of the person trying to get them, despite it being all too easy to edit a picture to make anyone look overweight. Cree's Summer Horton has this special report. And for details of advice and support, do head to our website. That's itv.com/news. Moving on now, Manchester United are tonight looking for a new permanent manager after sacking Ruben Amorim after 14 months in charge. It came less than 24 hours after his team's 1-1 draw away to Leeds and after he himself suggested he was not fully in control. Here's our sports editor, Steve Scott, on what went wrong. Well, there's plenty more still to come in the ITV Evening News, including snow derails the start of school for thousands of students.
To win the World Darts Championship!
And how Luke Littler plans to spend his £1 million prize money following his back-to-back World Darts win. And do stay with us, those stories and more after this short break. See you then. Hello again, welcome back. Weather warnings remain for large parts of the UK, with temperatures set to fall as low as -10 Celsius tonight. Heavy snow forced the closures of hundreds of schools today, and there were cancellations and disruption at airports and on the roads and railways. Parts of northern Scotland were some of the worst affected areas, as Peter Smith reports. Peter Smith in Aberdeen, thank you. There have been calls for earlier screening of babies for a rare genetic condition after the former Little Mix star Jessie Nelson revealed her twin daughters may never be able to walk. They both have spinal muscular atrophy, which causes progressive muscle weakness and wasting. Carrie Davis reports. And finally, the teenage dart sensation Luke Littler has told ITV News how even a wasp attack couldn't ruin the buzz of winning his second world title in a row. The 18-year-old had to fight off the insect during Saturday night's final in London. Ellie Pitt reports. And that's about all from us for now. The weather is next, and Tom's here with the latest at 10. But from me and the evening team, bye-bye.
Visibility may be low this evening as the cold weather hits. Heinz Soups sponsors ITV National Weather.
Hello there, very good evening to you. I hope you've had a lovely start to a brand new week. Lots of sunshine.